Hello everyone, welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. It's me Natsu here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dokkanfest Raditz and his ranking overall on GP. Obviously, as the title does suggest, Dokkanfest Raditz is not performing very well at all, unfortunately. Just because it's been a very long time. I feel like a lot of people not necessarily have been waiting for a Raditz, but Raditz definitely was a unit that did deserve to have a Dokkanfest banner, Dokkan event, all that stuff. He did deserve it, right? He's Goku's brother. He was the first like actual antagonist, of course, from Dragon Ball Z section, right? The Z section of Dragon Ball. He introduced like power levels and all this stuff to the series, Saiyans and stuff. It was pretty important, regardless whether or not you think he was. And they didn't really have care put into it. I feel like we'll talk about that more later, but essentially to wrap up the actual facts of what happened, Raditz, his peak was 17 overall in terms of the App Store ranking, and it fell down. Well, it says 22nd here, but it did fall down to basically 22nd, 23rd overall. And of course, if you take a look here, it is 66. So Raditz is not coming back up. That means that his peak in the App Store ranking was 17, which, if you guys didn't know, the lowest previous Dokkanfest in terms of App Store ranking that we did have. Take a look here. This was Tech Beers. Tech Beers came out like 2015 or so. Let me fact check that. But Tech Beers was basically the first. It was the second Fierce Battle unit ever. He came out in May 26th, May 31st of 2016, and then October 17th for 2016. Actually, that's my birthday. For global, right? He obviously came out a very long time ago, and then since then, if we scroll through, no unit has gone a lower ranking, peak ranking than Beerus in terms of Dokkan Fests until Raditz, which Raditz is by far the lowest. 5 whole rankings down based off Dokkan being 7 years older. You could see that as maybe, it's not that necessarily bad everything, but at this point, Dokkan has really structured itself and stood itself to be like consistently top 10 peaks with these banners. I mean, if you take a look, this goes all the way up to Kefla, but look, like, when was the last time Dokkan did not hit top 10, top grossing like in these banners? It was literally Tech Beers was the last unit that did not peak at like in the top 10, right? And we got close sometimes, like Age 113 didn't really do that well, right? For example, AGL Kid Gohan and Super Vegeta both peaked at 8, right? So there's some clothes that are close to 10, but far and away, it's not looking that well. I know Ginyu was like second, I think. And then obviously Majin Vegeta. I know global he hit top grossing. I forgot where he was on JP, but definitely was not near 17. 17 is low in terms of Dokkan. In terms of the overall gacha stuff, like, if you take a look here, like around 17, like Uma Musume right here is even at 60 Monster Strike, right? If there's not too many like popular stuff going on or happening like that, it makes sense that it could be okay in a lower range, especially a few days after the banner dropped or anything like that. But this is like when the banner dropped, right? So that tells you people were not obviously excited for Raditz. And again, if you take a look here, he has also done worse than every single banner that did first debut a summonable LR as well. So, I mean, again, if we take a look here, Dokkanfest LRs, obviously they all did better than him. Yellow Coin LRs, Gohan peaked at 2, Majin Vegeta peaked at 2, and just keep going down the list, 3, 3, 2, 1. Like, a lot of these Yellow Coin LRs actually did peak pretty high, probably higher than you would think. And obviously, if we go into this 2021, this is where they released a little odd characters, I think, that people weren't necessarily that excited for. Goku and Piccolo right here 10, Tapia and Minosha were 11, right? But the Tapia and Minosha and then Piccolo and Goku did better than Raditz. That tells you a lot about how people feel. I saw a lot of not only complaints on our side, like the more we're more like the global based community, right? Though a lot of us play GP. Obviously we're not actual Japanese players. The GP player base themselves. I saw a lot of comments from them under their posts, under some like blogs and stuff like that. They were also very underwhelmed and disappointed by Raditz' performance in game and his actual kit. By the way, you see it shows 12 right here, but keep in mind that this actually does show the games category, not overall. What matters is overall. They care about overall, not game, the game category, right? Just to clarify that, so the game category will always be higher than overall. Because there's some apps that, I don't even know if this is a game. Line is obviously not a game, right? YouTube, Line Music, Line right here again. What was Line Manga? Okay, whatever. Like, right, you see, like, not everything there is a game, right? The only banners that did better than Raditz, including like premium, like this is about premium banners, right? So this is even including like the Dragon Ball Heroes banners, double rates banners. Even considering all of those and not like the normal, like random one-off banners, Raditz is the third lowest performing banner. He only outdid 2 banners. This Rising Dragon Carnival with AGL Super Vegeta. And then, right here, Oceanus and Launch's Dokkan Awakening Rising Carnival banner. Very disappointing, obviously. And, here are the worst units that were worse each year. Perfect Cell, Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku were the same. Tech Beerus, again, was the lowest in Dokkan history previously. Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Physical 17, 13. Team Turles, and Tapion Minosha. But none of them hit 17, right? So, obviously pretty bad for Dokkan. I would say it's not a good look for them. Again, I did link them right here. Yeah, and I want to thank I want to give a special thanks to, again, LA Freak 2012. Yeah, I can't even speak. This guy did compile all this information for us previously using these 2 sites, right, as evidence, stuff like that. So, this is very good, right? This is a very good list that's made and a very good post for both of these. So again, thanks to I think it's LA Freak or La Freak, whatever it is, right? 2012. I apologize for butchering your name. It's like 3 a.m. dude. let me live, right? But yeah, that's pretty much there is. I mean, just talking about Raditz himself, he's just bad. Just very unfortunate. He doesn't do anything special. Can I close this out? He doesn't do anything special besides the AoE, right? They're really worried about this AoE right here. I'm gonna close Beerus, by the way. They're really scared of his AoE, I think. Maybe the fact that he's a pure Saiyans leader too. There could be reasons to that, right? But like with this active, he could hit pretty decent numbers, right? Especially with the high chances to crit. Like as long as he has all of that active, he could do like 7 million attack stats I've seen him peak at. But that's not like, if you get the crit, it depends on if you get the crit or not, right? It's for me to call it like solid damage. But he needs the enemy to be under 50% HP. And it's like, well, I don't know. If you're running him as a floater, sure, but like since he's not a support type unit, him already being delegated to a floater unit, it's okay as a leader, right? But like across all his teams, kind of it does blow. Unfortunately, it's a brand new Dokkanfest that came out. This defense 150% is not enough from what I've seen. I saw Raditz just get destroyed plenty of times previously, right? With this defense 150%, especially at lower dupe levels. And then the guarantee crit here, he wants to take an attack, but he gets this defense race he wants to get. And if there's no attacks, he doesn't get the guarantee crit in the front slot, right? And then this by itself would mean he gets killed in actual difficult content. And because he does supreme damage, what happens is against single target enemies, he just hits weaker for no reason. Just because supreme damage is AoE to all enemies. But then the thing is that against multiple enemies, he doesn't get this extra attack buff either. He only gets the defense. So he hits weaker against all like AoE enemies anyway, so there's no point in giving supreme if he's just gonna hit weaker against AoE anyways. Like for multiple enemies, like what's the point of giving him supreme if he's not gonna get the extra attack? Like that doesn't make sense. What? That's so stupid. That's really dumb. This is a useless mechanic. He has to get hit 3 more times during battle. This is like a guaranteed stun, sure. Maybe you can get it sometimes on turn 3 in Super Battle Road. It's like, this should be probably just activated whenever you want, honestly. Or even under an HP threshold or something, right? Like this. Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah. He also has to be facing one enemy anyways. So even if you get hit 3 more times in Super Battle Road, if you're not like against one last man standing enemy, then it doesn't matter, which makes this stun kind of worthless, because against usually one boss enemies and like every other content in the game can't be stunned or anything. So that's cool, right? His link set's solid, but he's on like what, like 5 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 teams, right? But this team doesn't even count. The Saiyan Saga category team is not even that impressive. Like, look out, it's very bare bones. I thought if they were gonna introduce a Saiyan Saga team, they would like give us like 2 banner units, give us like the free-to-play Z fighters, maybe like this guy's LR campaign or something like that. Maybe EZA LR Piccolo during World Tournament. I mean, they could technically stow EZA LR Piccolo. I feel like they would have announced that though in the news. We would have like gotten news about that ahead of time, but who knows? Maybe we'll get news about it in the data download later today for all we know, right? Like I would have expected they would have done more with this team. Even in part 2, maybe EZA this guy, we wouldn't know for sure, right? Just look how dry this category is. It's not good. Maybe even easier this Krillin. Something, right? To really push and support this team. But the team sucks. Like, straight up just bad. Pure Saiyans, people probably didn't summon from, because we literally got this guy's EZA. And he's just going to be a better leader no matter what. Because not only is he a better unit as an EZA unit, he has a better link set, I feel like. Right? And then there's Raditz. Because there's a lot of tournament of power LRs in this category are still very strong. Like UI Goku is still pretty strong. Blue Evolution Vegeta you could use, I guess, right? You know, there's again, there's still some pretty good tournament of power units on here. That's obviously very helpful. Now this guy doesn't have Saiyan lineage, which I think does blow when it comes to Raditz, right? But it's like most people will have this guy already, I'm sure. Especially very long time players will have this Vegeta, and I think he works better as a floating unit than Raditz does, because performance wise, Blue Evolution Vegeta has way more defense. He also does more damage. I don't know, man. What were they thinking? And then, like, he doesn't even really even introduce new, like, 200% leader skill characters. It's like, physical LR Bardock is, like, the only character that was really added to that. So, there's another disappointing thing about him. Come on. I think his banner, it's not like... His banner's fine. Right, I think his banner is probably solid, right? I would say his banner's pretty solid. Like, again, Raditz sucks, but Nappa is actually pretty good still. Trunks is good. I think Gohan's good. Gogeta's good. But these two are missing 200% leader skills still. They'll get it eventually, right? These two, like, you could run Piccolo, I feel like, but definitely aged out. Kid Goku's definitely aged out. But you could get away with them in certain situations. This guy's still pretty good. He has a 200% leader skill. I mean, all 3 of these guys, well, these 4 are pretty good, but this guy has been featured, I feel like, a lot at this point. I feel like definitely a lot of people may have this guy. We have Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta ZZ at this point. This guy's great. And this guy is great, right? No doubt about that. This is his returning banner. This Gohan has been featured, I think, twice before already, however, including his own banner, right? So, I mean, I myself already have him Rainbow from this banner alone. Well, not this banner alone, but from this banner, I've got my last 2 copies, right? I just think this is also a skippable banner, because Golden Week is also, like 3 weeks from now. I think we have a Part 2 LR banner. Like, no one's summoning at all. That's why we got 17... I even bought all the cells. I just don't even feel like summoning for Raditz. That's a content creator. I don't feel like summoning for Raditz, dude. That's bad. That's really bad. They really messed up with this Raditz. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. I want to make a video on it, just kind of explain Raditz, the worst Dokkanfest released in the game's history. One of the worst released just ever in the game's history. Dokkan, you gotta step things up, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.